Hello everybody and welcome to the SmarterU Barton release video. So during this next 10-15 minutes we're going to walk through the updates that we've just released in our Barton release, which is on March 4th, 2017. I am Dan Balhassan, founder and president of SmarterU. Very pleased to be with you today. Our entire team is working really hard to deliver a lot of value to all of our SmarterU clients. To make sure that we are constantly listening to your suggestions for enhancement requests and by pushing out major releases every year. This year we have 6 major releases that we're pushing out, and the theme this year is Unsung Heroes in Education, starting with Clara Barton. Clara Barton is a founder of the American Red Cross. She also spent a lot of time and energy in helping the children of workers to actually receive full comprehensive education. She was involved with many different wars where she helped with army hospitals and served troops. Truly an unsung hero of education, and we're very pleased to have our release named after her for the first release of the year. So let's talk about what's in the release. We have some major enhancements. We have 4 new themes that we've released. So we have over 20 different account themes that are available now. So we'll have a look at those. We've added some great new capabilities for graphical reporting to our enrollment report. The ability to export out to Excel, including those graphs, we'll have a look at that. New comprehensive PDF templates so that all of our PDF outputs have a common header and footer to them. The ability to do just-in-time user creation, we'll talk about what that means in a moment. The ability to have a new permission to control whether or not people can see the quiz analysis report, and also our streaming video, which in the last release was put out in video. The ability to full streaming video is now available for all accounts. And can be enabled, plus many more minor enhancements which we'll talk about. But first, I'm going to bring your attention over to our help system. So if you go to help.smarteru.com, our help system is always fully up to date with everything that we release. If you go to the release notes section here, you can click on the Barton release, and here's where you're going to see all of the details of what we've put out. There's going to be very helpful links that you can click over to our help system pages to get more information on all the items. So as you can see, we have pumped out a ton of different items and updates. Not all of them were released today, but in fact, every release is about 8 weeks in length, and throughout that entire release period, we send out different updates. So you're going to see them all listed here, and if you want, you can look back at previous releases as well and see what we released then. So that's always available to you at help.smarteru.com. All right, let's dive right in and have a look at our themes that we've released. So there's 4 new themes, and we'll show you how to actually access those and change them. But first of all, here are the themes themselves. We have our Holly theme, Lakeside, Nebula, and Royal. So these themes are available for you to switch over on your account, and I'm going to show you how you can do that. So I'm going to go into our Fina Shoes demo account here, which we usually demo from, and it's a fictional company. The account dashboard here, I'm going to go into a couple places. Now, there's of course the admin side, and then there's the learner side. And each side can have different themes. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you how you can modify those themes on each side. So if I go back to my admin side here for my learner side, we're going to first show you how to modify the learner side. Now, the learner's side has what we call a dashboard set, and the dashboard set allows you to control, amongst many other features and options as to how you want to display the information on the page. It allows you to select a theme. So right now it has the default theme. So I'm just going to go into my dashboard set, change my theme. I can pick one of the other themes here. And if I save that, then automatically my learner side is going to use that theme. Now the admin side is a little bit different. So if I'm going to go into the account settings, Of course, these are admin level things that somebody would need to have an admin level permission to make these changes. And I can change the theme here on my admin side. So the admin side has one theme, but your learner dashboard, you can have multiple different dashboard sets. And so you can set it up so that maybe different groups have a different dashboard sets. There's lots of things that you can do there. So I can change my theme here. So you can, we have about 20 or so different themes available now. So hopefully you can find a theme that is right for you and take advantage of that. All right, let's take a look at our first of the new functionality items here. We're going to go into the reporting dashboard, and I'm going to show you the new graphical reporting we have. So first of all, in my private report section here, I'm going to pick up a report that I previously defined called California region. So I'm just going to select that. Now it's going to run the query, and after it runs the query, you'll see that it now has a new bar chart that it's displaying here with the values. Now below that it has the grid. That's optional. You can either display that or not, or you could just have the bar chart. So that's pretty cool. We can see that there's a new output accordion. So if I open up the output accordion, I can see that there's some options here. So let me edit this report profile and show you how you would make those changes. All right, so I'm just going to skip back to the filtering. Of course, you can have different filtering and different columns in your output, but I'm going to open up the output accordion. And on the output accordion, you can see here that there's the options to have just the grid, which is what we had before, the data grid, a chart. If you want just the chart, you can do that, or you can have both the grid and the chart, which is what I have set by default. So right now I have it set by bar and duration by course, but there's a number of different summarizations that you can do here. So let's flip over to donut. So I'm going to pick donut and by enrollment group. That's great. So I'm going to run that. So there's my donut, and you can see here that I can hover over the items here in order to get the label. But what I can also do is I can also click off certain labels if I want and just see the remaining items. And then below that, I've got the grid. So that's pretty cool. So let me go back to the output section here and let me pick the stacked item and run that. So the stacked bar chart is a little bit different because what it does is it shows you multiple different settings, because of course an enrollment can have multiple different states. So it shows you that. This is very similar to what you would have already seen on the admin dashboard or the supervisory dashboard, because we have a stacked graph on those. So it gives you that kind of output. So you've got many different output options that you can pick depending on the chart type that you've selected here. So many different options that you can select from, and we'll be adding this functionality to our learning plan report and some of the other reports over time, but hopefully you're going to find that super useful. Now before we leave this, there's one more thing I want to show you. So let's go back to the enrollment report. One of the things that you can do is you can export it now. So if I want to export this and export it out to Excel and then pick it up from Excel where it shows me the graph and it has the data in it, that is a new capability and you can run that. So hopefully you'll find that very valuable as well. We'll be adding the Excel export options to some of the other reports over time as well, but this is the first place that we've added it. There's a number of different places that you can generate PDFs from the system. So if I go to my admin homepage, I have the option to export as a PDF. If I do that, I'm going to have a PDF here. And if I open that, you're going to see that I've got a PDF. So that's great. What we've done is every place in the system that generated a PDF over time, we've now provided a standardized header and footer for all of those pages. So a small thing, but nice, cleans up those PDF outputs and makes them a bit more universal, which is super. Next item I want to show you is, well, there's not a lot to show with it, but I want to talk about our just-in-time user creation. So all of the SmarterU portal accounts have the ability to connect to what's called an authorization system. So within account settings here, I can enable external authorization. So let's say that you've got a network and the network is using Microsoft Active Directory, which probably most of your organizations are. Did you know that you can connect SmarterU with your Active Directory network, so that once somebody actually logs in to your network, they can just click over and use SmarterU automatically. That's a great feature. It's built into SmarterU. It's available for your accounts, and many of you might already be using this. However, there's a new option here, which is enable just-in-time user creation. And if you have that enabled, then what that will do is it'll allow you to say, hey, if somebody authenticates on your network and then they click over to go into SmarterU, but they don't already exist in SmarterU, automatically create them and put them into a particular home group. So that's really cool. Now it's going to allow many of you to streamline your operations even further, because as soon as you add them to Active Directory, then they can click over and automatically be added to SmarterU, and you can do some additional customizations with them after that. So very cool. There's a new permission that we've added. Now, I don't know if many of you are using this yet, but a couple of releases ago, we added a quiz analysis report, which is really nice because it gives you the ability to run analysis reports specifically for different quizzes. But we've added a new permission type now where you can control who has access to that. So if I go to my user dashboard here and bring up a particular user, and I'll just edit this user and go into their account permissions area. So these are all the different permissions. Along with group permissions, you can set a number of these different account permissions, which control in general what they can access. So there's this new permission to determine whether or not this user has access to viewing the quiz analysis report. Now the quiz analysis report output is still going to be redacted if they're not actually allowed to see particular users. So it's really, really smart. But this will determine whether or not they have access to that report in general. So very cool. Last thing I'd like to talk about is our streaming video capability. So back last release, we added the ability to enable streaming video on an account. And if you have that turned on, what happens is that using our content delivery network, and all the different points you see here on the map are different locations where it will deliver the video from, so that the video will actually be, your videos will actually be delivered much faster to different locations around the world, which means that there's going to prevent buffering from happening to your videos. So all of our new accounts over the last month or two have been enabled with this by default. If you have if you use a lot of videos within your account and would like to have this turned on, you can now just contact our support desk and we'll get that turned on for you. So happy to do that. So those are the major items within the release. Again, you can find all of the different smaller items in the release notes link, and you can have a look at those and dig down into those items. But there's about 75 items in total that we've released, so there's many different changes that we've made. We always want to hear from you. You can reach out to us at support@smarteru.com. Let us know what you think. Post any questions that you have. And remember, we're always here working for you. Thank you very much.